Hey guys! Welcome back to the laboratory. In this video, we are looking at the life cycle assessment and recycling. By the end of this video, you should be able to identify the advantages and disadvantages of recycling a material and explain how a life cycle assessment is used to determine the environmental impact of a product. So, let's go. Tons and tons of electrical equipment, such as washing machines, mobile phones and toasters, are wasted each year. These items contain a lot of precious metals that are obtained from finite natural resources. It is important that we try to reduce the extraction of these limited resources by reusing or recycling, particularly as the process of extracting these metals from their ores can be time-consuming, costly, and harmful to the environment. Most metals can be recycled by melting them down and making them into something new. Recycling these metals means that the natural reserves of their ores will last a lot longer. In turn, this means that the need to mine these ores is reduced, which is largely beneficial as mining damages landscapes and creates dust pollution. Typically, the recycling process uses less energy than what is used to extract these metals from their ores. Therefore, the option to recycle can also be more cost-effective. However, in some cases, the energy used to collect, transport, and sort the metals is costly, and so the option to recycle is no longer cost-effective. Not just this, but the products that are made from the recycling process may not be as durable as they are made from recycled waste. We can use a life cycle assessment to decide whether it's beneficial to recycle a product. A life cycle assessment is a process that analyzes the impact of a manufactured product on the environment. This process consists of 4 main stages: extracting and processing raw materials, manufacturing and packaging the product, using the product, and disposing of the product. Several questions are considered at each stage to help decide whether it's worthwhile to manufacture a product. The first stage of this process assesses the options for obtaining and processing the raw materials. These raw materials are obtained from the atmosphere, the Earth's crust, oceans, or are due to living organisms. Some of the following questions may be asked here. What raw materials are needed to make this product? Are these raw materials from a finite or infinite resource? Once these raw materials are obtained, how are they processed? Is a lot of energy needed to process them, such as the large amounts of energy needed to extract some metals from their ores? And will any habitats be damaged? Manufacturing the product will have an impact on the environment, so at this stage it's important to consider how much energy is needed. Does the energy needed to manufacture the product still make the production cost-effective? Are any waste products formed during the manufacture of the product? If yes, are any of these products harmful pollutants? Now the product has been manufactured and is in use, its impact on the environment must be assessed. The impact of the product on the environment is dependent on the type of product. So at this stage, it's important we consider what the product will be used for. Some products are harmless to the environment during their period of use, whereas others can be harmful. For example, a bicycle is harmless to the environment during its period of use, in comparison to a car, which emits pollutant gases. Not just this, but how long is the product to be used for? Can it be used an infinite amount of times, or is it only to be used for a limited time? The final stage of the life cycle assessment looks at the method of disposal of the product. At this stage, the environmental effects of the product's disposal are considered. Will the disposal of the product use up land on landfill sites or release waste gases when incinerated? Alternatively, can the product be recycled or reused? Some materials can be recycled and used to make something else, but is this option cost-effective? A lot of items can also be reused, which uses far less energy than recycling. Now that we have an understanding of the life cycle assessment, let's take a look at a mock example of this process in practice. In this example, we will look at the life cycle assessment for the production of a wooden car versus a plastic car. The raw materials for the wooden car are obtained from trees which are replanted once they have been cut down. In contrast, the PVC for the plastic car comes from a crude oil, which is a finite resource. The production of the PVC releases harmful gases. To manufacture the wooden car, a small amount of energy is needed, causing some pollution and global warming. The manufacture of the plastic car requires lots of energy, which in turn releases lots of pollutant gases that contribute to global warming. The effects of using the toy is dependent on the material used. The wooden toy can be used multiple times and have no real threat, aside from possible splinters. The plastic car can also be used multiple times. However, the PVC it's made from could release very toxic chemicals into the building. When disposing of these products, the wooden toy will naturally decompose if left in the ground. Or the wood can be burned, which will release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. However, this can be reabsorbed by plants and trees. The plastic toy will remain undecomposed for thousands of years, where the chlorine will eventually leak and cause harm to plants and animals. Here's an example of an exam-style question that you can attempt to test your understanding of the content covered in this video. Pause the video and take your time to work it through. Press play once you're ready to check your answers. Drinks are often sold in cans. These cans are made of either aluminium or of steel coated with tin. The table gives information about these three metallic substances. Use the table to give 2 reasons why it could be more important to recycle tin than to recycle aluminium or steel. This is a 2-mark question where each mark is awarded for each correct reasoning. The first marking point is awarded for stating that tin is more expensive and or costs more than aluminium and steel. The second marking point is awarded for stating that the amount of tin on Earth is smaller than aluminium and steel. So, how did you do on this task? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for joining me in the laboratory. Please leave a like on this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another one. See you soon!